So ever since the brand new ship Game Pass has been introduced into the game, there has been a lot of questions that people have been asking. Is the F-35 still worth it? Does the F-45 actually need a buff? Well, in this video guys, I will also be answering this question because this is probably one of the most heavy debates as of this moment, and personally, just straight up, I don't believe it needs a buff. And in this video guys, I'll be explaining you why. So let's actually first go ahead and cover the likes of the F-35. What does it actually have in store? What are its strengths? And what is actually the problem with it that makes people want to have it buffed? Well, this is a very good question. So let me go ahead and actually cover the main thing about the F-45. The F-35 as a vehicle in this game is actually used offensively for the likes of being able to destroy stuff on the ground. Let's say it could pretty much with 6 of its missiles be able to destroy any tank in the game. It is really good at also being able to attack the likes of infantry because of the fact that it can just literally use the VTOL mode and throw bombs on their head. This is once again another strategy that can be used. But another thing, and probably one of the most important things, is that it is able to survive encounters with tanks. Now let's go ahead and actually cover the second part of the debate on why people do believe that the F-35 deserves to be having some kind of buff. Because War Tycoon has recently added a vehicle which just simply has better firepower than the F-35, and that just causes people to think that the F-35 is literally not worth its money anymore. Well, the problem is that these are two very much different types of vehicles, because the likes of the brand new Zoomvolt ship is actually a defensive vehicle instead of it being an offensive vehicle, because the Zoomvolt simply cannot travel to far places, and if it does, it takes it absolute ages to get there, making it quite not worth it at actually attacking bases. However, on the other side, in terms of actually defending your own base, defending your teammates which are near you, that's when the Zoomvolt actually exceeds the most, and people do have a problem with it because it does have better firepower than the likes of the F-35. Now let's look at this in more of a war theory. If you are going to be defending your land, you will always have access to much more powerful weaponry, but you are guys also going to be in a better, because defense as a whole is always going to be easier. Where on the other side, the likes of the F-35, which is an offensive vehicle, is going to be harder because of course you are going to be attacking with this vehicle because you can get from A to B insanely quickly. And the fact that the F-45 has worse firepower than the likes of the new ship, I believe it perfectly counterbalances it, because on the other side, you guys really don't have to fight the likes of the new ship, and if you do, you can always sneak attack it. The speed will really allow you guys to get from A to B very quickly while not even getting attacked by the brand new ship. This ship will not be able to do much to you if you guys are going to be fighting it from range and fighting it strategically. At the end of the day, it is all about offense. You guys have to attack strategically and not just go and aggro like everyone thinks you're supposed to. Now, another problem which people do have with the likes of the F-35 is that its turning is simply not that good. It's not actually this insane for air-to-air. Well, to surprise you, F-35 is the second best vehicle in the game in terms of turning speed, and it only gets beaten by the likes of the Spitfire and the likes of the Mustang. That's pretty much it, and they are World War II planes, so it totally makes sense. We don't really have much thrust vectory in the game just yet, so it also makes sense. But also, not to add, the F-45 can counter the likes of the Spitfire and the Mustang by simply using its higher travel speed to get away from the enemy and then coming back at them and using missiles. That's what the modern jets would also do because of their superior range. So now let's put this into a final perspective. The F-35 is the best offensive vehicle in the game, while the new boat is the best defensive vehicle in the game. It's simple enough. They are both different uses, and you just simply cannot actually compare them just as much. They are both for two different uses, and in my opinion, the likes of the F-35 is actually going to be better. And now, simply enough, in my opinion, the F-35 is even better as a vehicle itself than the likes of the new ship, because it simply offers you guys to be able to do much more multi-role. That's pretty much it. In my opinion, it's going to be the better Game Pass out there, and I don't believe the F-45 does deserve to be having some kind of buff, because I believe it to be perfectly balanced as it is. There's not actually this much counters against it when you guys are going to be attacking it. Really, the only thing that can kind of destroy it is going to be the likes of the anti-air spam. Other than this, but again, if you guys are going to be using your flares efficiently and use your speed efficiently, you should always be able to also get away from your opponents as well. I personally believe the likes of the F-22 does deserve a buff in the next update to have the same turning speed as the likes of the F-45, because I believe the F-45 doesn't really have as much hard counters as the likes of the new ship, because the new ship on the other side can be countered by the likes of sneak attacks but also bomb attacks. So I personally believe both of these vehicles to be balanced in their own way, and I don't think the F-35 needs any kind of buff in any way, shape, or form. Anyway guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this. I personally believe it's all about the strategy and how you guys are going to be using these vehicles rather than going aggro. Firepower is not the most important thing. Anyway, I'll see you guys later, and thank you so much for all the new channel members recently. I very much appreciate you guys' support, and yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much to my channel members again.